try to, express to my guys that they got to understand that right now, high school is it for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
This is the NFL. This is the college. This is D1. This is high school is what you want to make it.
Right.
Because everybody don't make it past high school in life, in academics, in sports. It's just high school is just, this is like the peak. This is like a defining moment for a lot of people, man. And I got to get my kids to realize, man, you got to take advantage of your high school opportunity. Because after high school, it's real.
Another confirmed multimedia production. Confirmed.
Subscribe now.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. Give us something good to eat. Give us something good to watch.
Big and Lazy.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. I'm Big, I'm B fans. I'm back with another one. And I got a special guest, man. One of the best coaches. He loves his football. Coach Nino of the Big A Factory, man. Welcome to the set.
Appreciate you, B, for having me, man.
I appreciate you stopping by, man. I want to give you your flowers, man. Like, I seen you, like, grind, like, your dedication to coaching and football. And I've seen it over the years, man, and it's paying off big time, man. How you been?
I mean, I've been. You know what I'm saying? Life is life. Ball is ball. You know what I'm saying? We're in season now, so everything's full throttle.
Right.
Pedal to the metal, all gas. No brakes.
That's what's up.
Right now, time's a little different for me. Is if you catch me in January where things a little bit more slower. But right now, I'm ready to roll and pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I know your schedule's busy, man. So
for sure.
Appreciate you stopping by. So what is your love for coaching and football? Where did it come from, man?
I mean, I just think it's something that's just it's something that's just in me.
Yeah.
You know, I've always loved the game, man, and I knew, once I was done playing with it, that I wanted to coach it. You know, anybody that know me, came up with me, knew I was always a guy that had my own plays on the game and just certain things just I did as a kid. I knew that coaching was what I wanted to do, man. So, but once I finished with high school, I'm like, let me jump right on to it. You know, but so ever since then, everything's been, good for me as far as in this coaching aspect.
Right. So, what's your favorite part of coaching? Like, what is it like on the field, the preparation, the motivation, I mean,
that's a good question, man. Man, I like it all. You know what I'm saying? A lot comes with it, man. But the Sunday morning meetings, the practices, the Friday night pregame, the walk down the hill, just seeing kids that probably didn't want to play, that stuck with it, that turned out to be a good ball player. So there's a lot of different things that come with it that just keeps me coming back.
Right.
For now I'm going on year 14 as coaching and year 7 as a head coach at Atherton.
Oh, okay. So what was you coaching at the first 7 years? You say 14.
So I started in youth league, Louisville Colts. Had the opportunity to coach some real good, talented kids. Nate Hobbs, I had the opportunity to coach him, who's now playing at the Packers right now. His first time ever playing, I was a coach for him at we was 10U, 11U.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I've been in the game for a long time. So like I said, I did some time at the Louisville Colts, PCC Bears. Started my own program with my guys, T-Breads, 2012.
That still going?
Nah, I don't think it's still going, but they're still together though, but maybe not with the T-Breads, of course. Like I said, I was with the T-Breads, then I was Manual. I was there for 5 years, Wagner for a year, Battle for 2 years, and then I'm here, but at
Atherton.
At Atherton in year 7.
Okay, so that's your first head coaching job?
Yeah, Atherton's my first head coaching job, man. It was I shot for it and was like, let me try myself.
Right.
I've been up on everybody. I've tried to, partner up and team up, and sometimes it don't work. You know what I'm saying? So I would just wanted to try my own luck, and so far so good.
That's amazing. I always bet on yourself.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest thing. I doubled down. A lot of folks question, why would you take a job that you don't know nothing about? And I just trusted my craft. I trusted who I knew. I trusted what I could do.
There you go. He said he betted on himself and doubled down. So you've been with a lot of football programs. Like, what coaches, that you play for is like one of the big, maybe an influence or was a role model to you? Like,
man, I've played for a lot of good coaches. Rico Hughes, my senior coach for the Rams.
Yeah.
Coach Cox senior year, Coach Tez, those type guys helped me out. But to start Jaguars, Coach King was like my first, coach. Went to the Dolphins, came over to the Rams, man, as a peewee. You had Coach Rod, Coach Wade, Jay White. I like I said, I played under some good, hard coaches, man, and that's kind of what maybe that's what made me want to be a coach. Just seeing how those guys was good to us, coached us, and we won. Maybe that's I guess I felt like that was my calling.
Right. Because to this day, like, I ain't played football in forever, but I still, hey, what's up, Coach Frank? Coach, you know what I mean? It's just always that, maybe it ties back to some, a lot of kids, especially in the, out in the West End, didn't have a father figure. I think that might have some to do with it.
Well, see, I'm a little different because I had a daddy that dropped me off, picked me up, took me to practice every day. So I had that male role model. You know what I'm saying? Well, I get where you're coming from, where some didn't, so some needed that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was just kind of extra to me because I had a dad that I would jump in the car with at the end of the practice. So I would get the good, the bad, and the ugly every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but those guys still played a part in my life, though. Even though I did have a real dad, you know what I'm saying? But those guys still played a part in the shaping and the role modeling and just me watching them how they carry themselves as adults and as coaches and men.
And to go back to Little League football, like I was having this conversation about a week ago, and like who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of Muhammad Ali League football? Like, and it's so many great talent. They might not have did too much, they might took different paths in high school, but it was so much talent that looked like a Jetson. Yeah, it was like the Jets, Yellow Jackets, and the Rams, man. That was like a three-headed monster. They had so much. So who would you individual players? Who would you put?
Baby Sean would be on there.
Yeah, he was a terrible man.
Tayshawn from the Jackets would be on there. Juwan would be on there.
Tayshawn McBride?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, Trinity, Yellow Jacket. He's a guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Spielman would be on there. Who else I see coming up? That Booby as a peewee for the Jets.
Booby, just shout out to Booby, man. Yeah,
he was legit. And little number 7 was good, man.
He was
Booby
fast.
Was good, man. But he had a good youth league run.
He did.
And next level high school dude was good, man. I tip my hat to Booby, man. He was a competitor. Like I said, there was a lot of good dudes, man. But like I said, there were just some that just stood out just because of the impact of the game. And I know I missed a ton of dudes I played with, and it ain't no knock on nobody else.
No offense.
But you know what I'm saying? But it was just some dudes that were just icons then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And to speak on Booby, like, he was a running back. He had a quick agility. Then he picked up weight. So he still had that same side, that same agility.
He was still light on his feet.
He was
still light on his feet, though. Even when he went to Seneca and played, he was a big dog, but he was still agile.
Yeah.
He was light on his feet, man. He was the bus. He was the bus at the high school level, man. Dude was agile, you know what I'm saying? Swift on his feet, you know what I'm saying? Good jump cuts and stuff like that. So Booby was a good ball player, man. And like I say, I know at that level, coming up, man, there was a lot of good dudes, man.
Yeah.
And we played against a lot of good ones, man. So, those are just my, kind of guys that I feel like I watched and came up and played against and I put up there.
Mm-hmm. So, going into coaching, like, what are some of your, like, I wouldn't say philosophies, but you ain't got to give us too much, but, like, what are some of your morals or your pillars of your coaching, man?
Know thyself.
Mm-hmm.
Know what you can and can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, know what you can and can't do as a player, as a kid, as a, anything. And then, first part is knowing that. And then we can go to the next part. Character. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a good character dude, man. Life is hard.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So we want good character kids who can handle when things don't go right as planned, because life don't always go right.
Right.
So we want kids with character and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be sound. You got to be disciplined, man, to win those good, big, crucial games.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much as a coach, man, that you look for in kids and that we hang our hat on different philosophies, man. We can go all day with just, kind of what we stand on as coaches, man. But those are just a few that I I stand on. You know, as a coach, and I'm still learning and growing every day, figuring out different ways and different ways to attack this thing as a coach. Because every kid is different, every year is different, every team is different.
Right. So how do you feel? Like, how does it make you feel when you see a kid you coach from up go to be successful in life, or whether it be college, maybe open on, not even so much as on the field, like off the field. How does that make you feel?
I mean, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't make it. And I try to express that to my kids every day. Everybody don't make it. So anytime you get a kid that can just be a good human being out here in the world, that's better than anything. Everybody ain't going to college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody ain't going to be rich.
Right.
And I try to, express to my guys that they got to understand it. Right now, high school is it for a lot of people. This is the NFL. This is the college. This is D1. This is high school is what you want to make it.
Right.
Because everybody don't make it past high school in life, in academics, in sports. It's just high school is just this is like the peak. This is like a defining moment for a lot of people, man. And I got to get my kids to realize, man, you got to take advantage of your high school opportunity because after high school, it's real.
It gets real quick.
You know what I'm saying? And I just try to make sure I push my kids and preach to my kids, man, about taking high school serious because this is a deal breaker.
It is, really is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much that can happen in 4 years at that high school level, man. Whether it's in the classroom, in the field, hallways, it's just a lot to go on, man. So I try to make sure my guys understand that cherish high school, man.
Real
it's a good time in life, man.
It really is.
But I understand everybody's experience is gonna be different, and and there's no knocking nobody's experience. Cause what's your experience? That's your experience. But if you can enjoy it, man, understand this is it. This is the league. You know what I'm saying? This is sometimes this is the all.
Yeah.
Now, but you
20 years later, you still gonna be he won all districts, man. 96.
We hanging on to it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I get there is a select few guys that do make it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just life. But for the most, man, this is it.
Right.
Like you said, man, what happens when they leave high school? Life gets real crazy for kids and adults, and life be lifing.
It does, man. Life comes at you fast. So I'm gonna ask you this: what is some of as a player and a coach? What is some of the most one of the most intense games that you ever played in or coached?
Intense game?
Yeah.
As a head coach or assistant coach?
Any coach,
Man, I've coached in some big games.
Yeah.
Probably as an assistant coach, I would probably say when I coached at male manual game. It's a big game for those two schools, man, and just having the opportunity to be a part of it.
I think that's the longest football rivalry.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
It's one of them. You got St. X Trinity game, but it's definitely it's up there, man. So just as an assistant coach, I would say that game. And then probably a big intense game. Probably one of my big intense game was probably when we won the school's first win. Playoffs. It was
At Atherton?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in 2021. And we won the school's first ever playoff win. And it was such an intense game because this is a team that we haven't beaten yet until that year, man. And, just understanding you hosting a playoff game, and it's the first time they done hosted a playoff game. So, like I said, I've been in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Hopefully when I come back around, that answer be a little different. And I didn't went and coached at the game. You know what I'm saying? Which is that championship game, which is what I'm gunning for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I come back, which is the big one, Kroger Field. So hopefully when I come back around, we can have this conversation again. You can ask me again. I can have a different answer for you.
Oh, okay. That's amazing right there. Definitely manifesting, man. So how does it? Let's start from what you call it. Like, how does it? Like, what was some of because Atherton growing up was never really a football powerhouse, and what you've done with their program is just amazing. So how was the transformation? Like, what was some of the hurdles that you had to overcome? And
man, hurdles. I mean, what you talking about? A ton of them. But I signed up for it.
Yeah.
So I understood what it was gonna be. But when you take a job as a coach, man, they don't hand you no instruction manual.
Right.
They don't say this is how it's gonna go. Just follow the steps. You got learn as you go, on job training.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't coach at schools like Manual and Ballard and stuff like that. So I've seen the way the program's supposed to be ran.
Right.
You know, but you get to a school that ain't never ran a program like that, or have seen those type of kids that that type of winning, stuff like that. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're trying to have a startup program, so you're trying to break all type of bad habits, the mentality of just not being able to win, the respect, numbers, depth,
right?
The right kids, So like I said, man, we as a program, as a staff, man, we had to jump over a lot of hurdles.
Uh-huh.
And then one thing about where I'm at now in Atherton, man, it was such a good match made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's in a good area.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are solid. Parent support is solid. So when you got solid kids and parents, that helps bridge that gap.
Really
of winning, because they want to be a part of buy-in. And once the parents feel like their kid is enjoying it and they're learning and they want to be here, the buy-in comes more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a snowball, getting momentum. Yeah.
So, but you got to win too, though. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. That's one thing I understood.
Right.
All of that, you can sell all them, hopes and dreams, but you got to go win.
Right.
Production matters.
It really does. Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to change a program.
Right.
So, we took, like I said, I'm in year 7, man. So you can only imagine in 7 years. I took the job in 2019. The next year was COVID.
Right, COVID.
In 2020. So you talking about my second year as a head coach at a school that don't really believe in football, as in the kids. It was a tough battle. I think I went 5-6 my first year, then I went 1-5 in COVID years. So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I don't know if this is it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I just kept chopping away, man. I just kept digging. I kept digging, and then I found some gold at the bottom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where we're at now, though, man. So, it was some tough battles, and it's still a battle every day because we're not where we need to be, and we're still chopping away brick by brick. But we do have a solid base foundation to where now I can finish building this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good where I'm at. I like where I'm at. It's a good area.
Yeah.
Admin support's great there. The parent support's great. The kids in the school building are good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, wants to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, man, Atherton has been fair to me.
Right.
Gave me a shot. Everybody kept telling me I was too young, no experience, and so, but I'm at home.
Right, that's what's up, man. The Big A Factory.
Yeah.
So you say you was digging, you found that goals. So what was that moment that it switched, like the momentum, it was like that light bulb moment, like everybody bought in, you know what I mean?
I would say once you started to win.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you would just see it, more parents would call you. They inquiring about your program, but you turn around on Friday nights, the stands got a few more 100 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
News anchors know you all, and they're coming out to your practices, to your games, and you know what I'm saying? So you kind of see, everybody wants an interview, everybody wants you on your podcast, everybody wants in. So that's when I realized, all right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
We're turning the corner, and we're still turning though. We ain't done nothing yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's yet to come.
Yeah, I promise you. But I have seen the change since 2019, and now we're in 2025. So you can see in 7 years, I done seen a difference in the program, the kids in the program, the coaches in the program. Mm-hmm. It's been a good change for us all.
Okay, so you say you've been at the program for 7 years. So give us a little sneak peeking with that next 7. The next, what I mean, from what is that gonna be like, man? What is
you talking about from now to 7 years later?
Yeah.
Hopefully the castle's built.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hopefully it's where it need to be in 7 years. Because if I can do what I'm done in 7, you give me 7 more years, hopefully I'm where I really, really need to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's one day at a time with it though. And I built this thing brick by brick, so I'm still gonna keep it brick by brick. I ain't counting no chicken
Snowfall.
for they hatch. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in my craft and what I do. So hopefully, but this next 7 years, we didn't went and got it done a couple times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's complete the mission, beat the game, as we used to do.
There it is.
Right. We gotta go beat the game. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to the big monster and couldn't beat him. But now we gotta go beat the game.
There you go. So who would you say was some of the one of the most talented players that you ever coached at any school at any level?
Man, I've got some cats now. But like I said, I've been in Manual with elite talent. You know what I'm saying? There's so many kids to name, from the Manuals, the Wagners, the Ballards, then at Atherton. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just at the Man, you got Flea running back.
You was ever Flea? Okay.
Yeah, I was his senior year, was my first year down there.
Okay. Shout out to Flea. Yeah.
Nero, Dyson, I was there. We got all kind of, man. We had so many defensive guys that was legit. Receivers. Quintez Sutton was a guy on the outside. He's a jet guy.
Cali Jet.
Yeah.
Flea was a jet too.
Flea was a jet.
Yeah.
But I know he converted on it. You know. I went to Wagner, Jarris Brents, Harper Brothers, Taj Rice, Division I guys across the board. Went to Ballard.
Taj Rice, he went to Duke, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Duke.
Okay.
Jarris went to Louisville.
Yep.
Fresh out of Harper Brothers was good. Went to Kentucky, Manny as a receiver. For us out of Wagner. Like I said, I go to Ballard in 2017. Man, we had Jared Casey, Austin Carr, quarterback. Jaden Farmer at back. Downing Brothers at receiver. I mean, we had cats across the board. Minkins, who's in the league. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, I've had an opportunity to coach some good kids at most schools that I've been at. But you get where I'm at now. Atherton, my first couple years, man, we had Chance Thompson, Meech Dunlap, Mike Harry, Gary Hobbs now, Graydon Reed, the Baines brothers, the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Quavo. I mean, we didn't have cats. Ben and Lowe, Jeremiah Parker. I mean, my list goes on now. Like I said, so I've coached so many dudes over the last 7 years here, man. Like it's crazy, and it's only getting better now.
That's what's up. So as we grew up playing because I think football has kind of broke into like 2009, 2010ish, like when that like CTE and all that came in. So what would you say is like the biggest difference between football back then and football now, as far as like safety from
I mean, it's a little bit more safer now because there's rules. It's not as tough as it used to be, but you can't coach them as hard as we used to get coached hard. And it probably happened, like you said, between 2008 when the kid died out PRP.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, 2010 when the movie came out and CTE and all of that type stuff. So like I said, man, it's a different type of athletes now, but I also feel like the athletes are a little bit better now.
Yeah.
They're a little bit different. They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit athletic. They're a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you only probably had maybe one or two on the team. Now you got a handful on the team that can just go.
Really?
Yeah, man. Your athletes are just built different. Everybody got trainers and they just work year round. It's a lot more 7-on-7. It's a lot more competition than we had. But we had more toughness and grit coming up. You know what I'm saying? As players where now they got more finesse and opportunity.
Yeah.
But we had more grit and toughness. But now they just got more finesse. They longer, they fast, they can jump higher.
Yeah.
And you can see that across the board in all sports. Just the athletes are just very, very different than they've ever been. And they just got so many different opportunities now to go play ball. They can transfer when they want. They can get paid to play.
Yeah.
They got all these different leagues. You can get paid at the high school level now to go play. So like that, the opportunity now is better. But the build of the car back then was different. The car body was a lot hard body nowadays.
Right.
These new cars if you bump them, they gonna fall apart. You know what I'm saying? So they just built a little different.
So what would you like? speaking of opportunities, because back in the day in Little League, if you went to play, it was rare that you played an out of town team. Like, so how do you feel about travel ball? Like, I love like the exposure. Like, so how do about travel ball? Like, cause
I
it seemed
mean,
like they play year round. Like they just traveling and exposing these boys, and like I seen one of my teams was down in Atlanta. They had like a jamboree down there. Like I think that's amazing because I don't think I ever played a out of town team as a Little League as a
I mean, it's that's why I'm saying it's different now.
yeah.
Opportunities a lot more different now, and it ain't no knock on travel ball. I mean, it's good and bad to it all. I mean, if you stay here, I mean, it's less money, but you ain't getting the real competition like you probably need because when you go out and compete at that national level, you competing for scholarships versus these same type dudes. So you might as well see it now,
Right.
you know. But going to travel sometimes, but you're not always ready for that level.
Yeah.
So you do get exposed. You know what I'm saying? So you do kill kids' confidence sometimes, trying to put them on that level, and you as a staff program might not really be ready to go play at that level. Y'all probably should be a little bit more local. But it's like it's a coin flip. Damn, but if they do, and damn if they don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think on both ends, I mean, you can look at on both sides, man. It's but
Pros
it's
and
worth
cons.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can do it, why not?
Right. So I'm gonna ask you this: what's your Mount Rushmore of football coaches? NFL, whatever. Mount Rushmore of football coaches.
You go Nick Saban for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely GOAT.
Who do I have coming up? I was a Spurrier fan. Steve Spurrier at Florida. I was a big time Steve Spurrier fan. Charlie Strong's one of my guys, man. That's kind of when he was coming in. That's kind of when I first started coaching, man. So I've kind of, monitored, fell in love with that Charlie Strong, mantra when he was here, man. Just because he helped Louisville so much and brought some dudes in, man, and really changed this place. And Andy Reid is up right now. Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones, man.
Yeah, Andy Reid, he's a genius, man.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
Emulate the greats. That's what you try to do, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely been, but he's always been a genius. Even in Philly, he was a mastermind with some of that shit that they did, and nobody really understood how good he was because they really never got over them humps like he has in Kansas City.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was probably a little younger, and but
he was definitely before his time.
Yeah.
Because he turned quarterback. Kevin Cobb, Michael Vick cut it up in the system. Donovan McNabb.
Naps.
Yeah, who was it? Alex Smith. He put up numbers in the system. Like he's a hell of a coach. I put Urban Meyer in there. I love Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
What he did.
Yeah, I fuck with Urban.
So you won the Coach of the Year in 2023.
Yeah, I won the State Coach of the Year. I won the Association Coach of the Year.
Like, how was that? Like, describe it like when you got that call, I got that message.
Like I said, I got that message, man, and I didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, man, there's so many coaches.
It is
in the state, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we're just a small school in Louisville, so you're really not knowing that but you're being noticed throughout the state. You know what I'm saying? They picked me out of probably 300-400 coaches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they could have picked the ones that probably always win it. You know what I'm saying? The one that always in the state championship game, man. So for them to pick me out of all of them, man, that's an honor, man, because like I said, I'm just here in Louisville, man. So I'm not thinking that, but I'm being watched and noticed from many different parts of the state, man. So like I said, I take pride in what I do. I'm a passionate guy, and like I said, but you earn that type hardware though. Because I show up every day and go to work.
That's what's
no
up,
days off. You know what I'm saying? I'm 8 days a week.
You're right.
25. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I said, man. So like I said, everything I've got, I've earned. Ain't nobody just giving me nothing because I'm Nino.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's tough on me. You feel me? So I went and earned everything they done gave me. You feel me?
So, like, where's that trophy at now? Is it like is it like in your memories? Like it's on the big, you know what I mean?
But it's in the office.
Yeah.
I see it every day.
Right.
And so I ain't. I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But I want the big trophy.
Right.
We want the big trophy. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that a plaque is just for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From kind of what I've done as a coach. But I want the big goal one for the kids, for the school, for the neighborhood, for the principal.
Right.
But that's gonna mean more than me winning a Coach of the Year. I can't do it without without the body of work of my staff, my parents, and my players.
So is it true that, like, would you rather have an extremely talented player? Well, I know that's a bad question, but would you say talent? What's the old saying? The talent works hard.
Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
Would you agree to that?
It's got some truth to it for sure. It's got some truth to it for sure. Because sometimes when you go match up with teams, man, they do be talented.
Right.
But they just don't know how to work. So they get outworked. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that applies to a lot of aspects in life, man. You know, it's your job, it's your workplace. Anybody who just shows up and goes to work probably going to get to move up in the charts, right?
Right.
So, you know, but I know talent is talent, right? But if I'm out working at talent, then, you know, it don't mean nothing.
Right.
You know, so yes, there is some truth to that statement. But at the end of the day, the game is still coming down to Jims and Joes.
Yeah, it is, ain't it?
Yeah. You know, for the most part, it's still coming down to those cats and them dudes. You feel me? So, like I said, man, if you know, there is talented kids that get outworked all the time.
Right.
And there's kids with less talent who outwork people all the time. It's just hard hat, blue collar kids.
So, like, how much of it is like X's and O's, like at the lower level? Like, is it like you say, it's just more talent, overwhelming talent? Or is it
what's lower level? You talking about the youth?
Like at the youth, like, cause I know in the NFL and college, it's a lot of scheming and X's and O's and drawing up, and I don't really know too much about high school ball. Is that still the same?
I mean, like I said, for the most part, if I got the best talent,
right?
If I got the best talent, I got a better shot to win.
Right.
If I know some scheme.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, at the lower level, it's probably more down to the dudes, the better players at their youth level because they're building super teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where they got the biggest lineman, the best quarterback, the best running back. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you get up every level, better coaches are there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to scheme a little bit more with their talent. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, but that's kind of what they say about most coaches in the city where they got talent, but can you coach it up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're in it's kind of where I'm kind of in that cloud and window of can you go coach? We know you got talent, but can you go coach? Can you scheme your way up against some of these better teams throughout the state? Not locally, because locally it's not the issue. It's when you get out in the state.
Right.
You got as much talent as them. Can you go and schematically put your kids in the best spot on the one Friday that matters to get them to a round that this school's never been to?
Yeah, because them county boys are
they serious business.
They serious business.
They take that shit serious, man. You know what I'm saying? They gonna lift. They gonna be there. They gonna shut up. They gonna be coachable.
Right.
Well, sometimes we fight battles that they ain't got to fight.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But sometimes the battles can offset with athletic kids. So you kind of take the good with the bad.
Right.
But sometimes when you get in them big games where they big, feel strong and disciplined, sometimes that talent don't always rise up.
Right.
Because you got sound discipline and they got good scheme. They're gonna be where they're supposed to be.
Right.
Angles, geometry.
I got you. Yeah, because football is a game of inches. Really, like all the big plays, but it all comes down to how many times you see the game come down to that chain, and you know what I mean. Or you got to get a goal line stop,
or the foot wasn't in, or I didn't hold on to the ball when I came down, wasn't a catch. It's just a game of inches.
So as a former, I ain't gonna say a former referee. I used to be a referee. Like, are you one of those like that's real hard on the referees? Is real like
do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job. Listen,
we humans too, man. We gonna miss a call.
Listen, and I understand that, but make up for it on the back end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. I know y'all human. You know what I'm saying? But make up for it.
Right.
It's always a call in the game. Y'all can call travel. Y'all can call foul. Y'all can call holding. Y'all can call, you know what I'm saying, blocking the back on a lot of plays. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But it can't always be my team, though.
Right.
And I know it might not be personal. I understand that, but help me out, ref. You know what I'm saying? That call didn't have nothing to do with the play going this way.
You're right about that.
He was holding on the backside. They hold every play.
Yep.
You feel me? So I am a guy that's on the refs, but it's all tough love. You know what I'm saying? I ain't belittling you, telling you that you don't know what you're doing, but I'm gonna just tell you, call the call. Call it right, call it fair. I do want my calls. I do. But like I said, and like I tell the refs, my players are fighting. I got to fight too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me worry about the refs in the game. I just go make the plays.
Right. That's what's up. Like my coach used to tell me, he said to take out the referee's hands. When we used to play like big games, he said take it out of their hands, like beat them by, you know what I mean? So when that whistle don't matter, when they blow it, it don't matter.
Yep.
So who was your favorite? Like, what's the best stadium you ever played in? Like, what's the best football stadium you ever played in? Like coached in?
The best stadium I ever coached in.
Yeah.
I mean, we coached there when I was at Maine. We played at Papa John's.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably one of the better stadiums to coach just because it's Papa John's. But high school stadium, I had opportunity to coach at Danville. That's an old school stadium.
Yeah.
Really, our stadium's old school, man. It's down in the valley.
Yeah.
It's what I'm saying. So it's got some old school feel to it too. Manual Stadium's a nice stadium to coach in, especially when it's a big packed game and it gets nice in there.
Yeah.
Central's a good spot to coach at, and the stadium be rocking.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Some atmospheres. It is. Anything out in the county, maybe Bowling Green was a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
Down there. So like I said, man, I've had an opportunity to coach at a few nice spots.
Mm-hmm. So is does home field advantage play a lot in the high school level? I mean,
it plays a lot anywhere though.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the prep. It's all about comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at the crib, I ain't got to travel, I ain't got to load up, I ain't got to ride on no bus, I ain't got to worry about, just some of that type of stuff. If we at the crib, I know what the grass is like, I know what the turf's like, I know where my locker room is, I know my, you know what I'm saying? It's routine at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You probably get more fans at home than you do on the road.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And home field is home field, man. Ain't no place like home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
so like I said, I think there's some good to it.
Yeah. So, the best. I was watching this article. It said Tebow's the last 25 years. Tim Tebow's the best college football player of the last 25 years. You agree?
I disagree.
Who you got above him? I put Vince Young slightly above him, and I put Reggie Bush slightly above him. Because he's the reason they created YouTube. You can look this up. Reggie Bush.
Reggie, I'm with 619.
Yeah, they was reaching.
I'm with 619. Reggie, I thought Reggie was better than Tebow, man. I even like Lamar, man. Over Tebow, man. I get.
Yeah, okay.
I get the national championships. I get he's the great white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hope down there, and you know what I'm saying, things a little different, man. But Lamar was a dude, bro.
He was. He really was.
And he's transitioning to the next level too. You know what I'm saying?
He was supposed to win MVP last year.
I mean, he needs to go win the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, we didn't did the MVPs and the Heismans. He need to go get over that hump again. Like we just talked about, can he?
Yeah.
So, but I think Lamar, man, Reggie Bush is right there too. If he ain't the best player.
Oh yeah, literally. Some classmates out of USC, like his games came out on the late night.
Yeah.
And they said they wanted a way for people to watch his game, rewatch his highlights, and they created YouTube. You can look this up, like the vendors of YouTube. They said that because a lot of his games on the West Coast and people on the East Coast didn't see him.
Yep.
And they said that's the reason they created YouTube, so they can rewatch his highlights. When they wanted to. He was a dude right there. And NIL, man, what's your thoughts on college NIL?
I mean, I think it's the game.
Mm-hmm.
No, hate the player, hate the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't, they probably, we all know they've been getting paid.
Right.
But it's some people who's been, like Reggie Bush and them of the world that had to suffer and prior at Old State because they were just doing what they allowed them to do now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a fair game. You know what I'm saying? But I can't hate the players. I got to hate the game.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't knocking no player that if they say dude is worth $700,000, then that's what they said. I ain't say it, they said it.
Right.
So I'm signing where they tell me to sign it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got an asking price.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I got an asking price, so do everybody else. But if I think I'm worth 1.2, but y'all say I'm worth 2.2, where I sign it?
Right. Give me the dotted line.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can't, but you can't knock it. It's the game.
So, what do you think you want to say before you get out of here? The conversation was amazing, man. And BigandLazy.com is our website. And you want to plug your socials?
I mean, the Big A Factory, man, come out, support us.
Yeah.
This season, man, it's going to be a great year for us across the board, top to bottom. Like I said, I appreciate you having me on here, man.
problem.
Any chance I get to talk about ball, talk about my school, talk about my vision and journey to the tourney, which is, what I'm still doing, man, I don't mind it, man. So, any of the young coaches coming up, man, that's, dreams, but it's possible. I'm proof. You know what I'm saying? I started in the youth league level and worked my way all the way up to where I'm at now, man. So anybody that still got hopes and dreams of coaching and doing this thing and getting on the next level, just keep chopping away.
There you go. Keep grinding. Consistency is the key, man.
Yep.
Stay down till you come up. BigandLazy.com. That's our website, Big and Lazy Pod on IG. And we're going to end it just like that.
Big Lazy.
Another confirmed multimedia production confirmed.
Subscribe now.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. Give us something good to eat. Give us something good to watch.